Alright, so I got a few requests for some tutorial type videos, mainly from the space environment breakdown that I put up a couple months ago. That was the first one I remember being asked about, so I figured I'd start there. In this one, I can just show basically how I put the planet together for that project. So in Unreal, I think the only thing I have here that you wouldn't have are these Earth textures, which I'll link them somewhere in the description probably. But yeah, first things first, we're going to need to make our planet. So we're going to need a sphere, which instead of going to shapes here, we can go over to the modeling tab, which tends to give me a better, smoother surface anyway. So you can probably leave this at 50. Yours might say box here. I think I've already changed these, but I changed mine over to latitude and longitude. I don't know, it seems to come out with a better model for me. And then here, this usually maxes out at 100. And I'm not sure if it actually goes above, but I set mine to just like 256. Just make sure I got a good amount of slices in there. Again, I'm just going to run through this kind of the way I did it for that project, and hopefully you could pick it up the same way. And then if you have any questions, I'll just try to answer them as best I can in the comments. But yeah, I set this to 256. I would change the pivot location from, I think it's usually at base. I set mine to centered, which will help with positioning it later in the atmosphere. So with all that, we're good. You can't really see anything on mine because I have no lights. But go ahead and just, dang, I can't even see where the floor is, honestly. Put that there, except we'll check it out here in a second. So we have our sphere in there. Let's go ahead and go back to selection mode. Let's add, we're gonna need our directional light. Boom, we're gonna need sky atmosphere. Boom, there we go. And we're gonna need, let's get a post-process volume so we can control our brightness here in a second. All right, where the heck is my sphere? Oh, wow. Hello. Let's reset that. There we go. So we have our sphere here. Let's go ahead and set our brightness now. We'll type in infinite extent unbound. Oh crap. And we'll check that. And then we'll set our minimum and max brightness to, come on now, to 1. Where you at? Oh, there we go. To 1. We're good there. We'll go to our sky atmosphere, and the other thing you want to do here is it's going to come in with the ground radius at 6360 or whatever the default is, but just for numbers' sake later on, it'll be easier if we set this to 1000 for now. There. All right, we're going to need this camera speed though all the way up. Yours might not be here, but you're going to want to yank this because things are about to get wild, and we're going to need some room to work. So there we go. You zoom out, you'll see we'll have our, this is the actual atmosphere. And we're going to need to get our sphere in the center of this for the planet. So zoom out, boom, just so I can see a little bit more. Now, where's the sphere? Let's set the location of the sphere to 0, 0. And then over here we'll do negative 100 million. Bam, and that should put it in the center. And then we could set the size of the sphere. This is where that 1000 comes in, 1000 for the ground radius. And so to get this 50 centimeter sphere to match what we need it to, we're going to multiply that by 2 million. Make sure I got enough zeros. Yeah. And it's right underneath our atmosphere. So then what we would need to do is get our Earth textures, which I already have in here in a folder I just called Earth Textures. You can go to solarsystemscope.com, and that's where I got them from. You can get 8K versions, 2K. So you come down here to Earth, and you're going to want to download the day map, the night map, all this actually. But the clouds will end up being on a separate layer, so we'll get to that in a little bit. But download all of these, and we're going to bring them into Unreal, which you can literally just drag them in. So then, yeah, we're going to want to make our Earth material, which we'll just call m_Earth. Open that up. And we're going to want to drag in everything but the clouds, really. Specular. Drag these in. All right. And we're going to want to connect all these up. So that base color, I mean, it's flat, but that is our Earth. And so one thing we can do to make the land mass and the water have different reflectiveness on it is to use the this map here as a mask, which is why we want to come in here. We're going to open this up, make sure this sRGB is checked off, and we're going to use it as a mask for that stuff. So close this, and what we'll do is we will drag the red off here. Oh, we're going to want to lerp node, but we're going to want to drag this to the alpha and not this. But we will want to set A to 1, and that'll represent one color, the white or the black, and then the other one we'll set to 0.5, which will represent the other color, and we'll set that to our roughness. Boom. So now the land mass is a little less reflective, while the water still has a little bit of light on it. So call this up as normal map. We're not going to deal with the night map at the moment. We'll come back to that. So yeah, we add our normal map, and we can apply this. Save that. Close that up. So then we can go ahead and drag our material onto our sphere. Boom, boom. Open. All right. Bam. So now we have our Earth, which I'm just rotate a little bit so I can see it. There we go. Also, if you hold down Control L, you can move the sun. You'll see that our material changes with the sunlight. So now if you want to be able to see the cities, though, I'll show you how to add that. So what you do is you come over here, let's go back into our material. We're going to want to put a power node. Boom. And we can just put this through a simple power node, connect it to the emissive color. And if we preview this, you'll see that we have just the city showing. Boom, boom. And so if we were to apply that and look at our planet, you'll see here, we can even move the sun around some. You'll see that the cities are showing up on the dark side. But unfortunately, we're also getting them on the light side of the planet, which is not what we want. So to fix that, we're going to do some things in the material again. So let's open that back up. And the first thing we want to do to make this appear dynamically with the light, and we can stop previewing this for now, is we're going to want to add a sky atmosphere light direction node. Where's it at? Sky atmosphere light direction node. So let's get our vertex normal. And what we're going to do is dot these two together with the dot node. But we're also going to need to inverse this. So do 1 minus. And let's clamp it. these, move them over. So we can plug this into A, vertex normal into B, we have inversed, and then we will clamp this, and we're going to multiply. You hold down M and click, that'll give you a multiply node. We're gonna put multiply into our, which we call it, these things, the damn city lights. So yeah, I'll multiply this into emissive. So with that, we can hit apply and take a look. Boom. So now it disappear on the bright side and come into the dark side. But as you can see, it's kind of still like you can see them there in the light spot more than we should. So it's just affected by the fall off, and we can change that. So let's come back into the material. Alright, so what we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to add a power node in here. You can set the base exponent on this to 20. And then what we're going to want to do is take this clamp, put that into the base, and again put this into the multiply. Let's organize these a little bit. Hit apply. So now we got a stronger fall off. You see they disappear a little bit quicker after the night side. So boom, we got our dynamic cities with our planet. So from there, we can add our clouds. So we're gonna wanna come over here to our sphere. We wanna duplicate our sphere. So come over here, we hit duplicate. And then we change the scale. So come up here to the scale, and you can change this to 2 million. I can't see with that one. We want to skip a 0. Change this here to a 1. Bang. And that is going to be our cloud layer. But first we need to make our cloud material. So come over here and we'll do new material. I don't know why that closed. Stop it. You know what? We're just going to dock this in layout. And we'll call this m_clouds. Open that up, and we're going to want to drag in, of course, our cloud layer. We want to change the blend mode here to translucent. And you're going to want to check two-sided in case you want to be able to see from the other side, from the surface of the planet at some point. Probably won't for this. We're going to drag this to opacity. And let's set the emissive color to, if you hold down 3 and click, you'll get a constant 3 vector for the color. We're going to drag that into emissive color, and let's make that open, make that white. And we have some clouds. But as you can probably tell, that's going to have clouds on the whole planet. Not just the day side, which you don't want it on the night side. It would look a little bit weird. Actually, we can see what it would look like. So let's drag this cloud material onto our cloud layer. And that looks decent there, but if you now turn the sun, that's a little strange. So to fix that, we are going to add the same nodes from our Earth layer that let us change the light, the sunlight. So we'll copy the sky atmosphere, the vertex normal, and the dot nodes, and we're going to multiply that with the opacity of the other one. So let's grab these, Control C, come back over to the clouds, add those in, paste them over here. And then what we'll want to do is multiply them, hold down the M key and click. And we're going to multiply this into our cloud texture, put that into the opacity. And there we go, we can hit apply. And now, we got our clouds, but not on the night side. And our cities only appear on the night side, not the day side. So we're getting somewhere here. So from there, if we wanted to, say, animate our clouds, we can go ahead and come in here and we'll add a panner node, which you can hold P and click and you'll get your panner node. And we're going to connect this to our UVs. We're also going to want a texture coordinate node. Let's just do this. We'll keep Y0, we'll make X 0.001, just to, yeah, super slight. Geez, a little faster, maybe. Okay. Hit apply. Oh yeah, that is much too fast. Actually. I mean, it's not. It's a little exaggerated. Let's, we'll apply that. It's still a little fast, but I mean, at least you can tell, you know. So we got rotating clouds, we got our city lights. And so now the only thing left is if you wanted to have stars maybe in the background, and you can get your own star texture, but I think they also have them over on that website I showed you. Yes, you have like sun, moon, and stars. Let's import that. You could just drag it in. I'll hit import. There we go. Open. We got our stars. All right, so we'll create our material. This will be m__ stars. Boom. So we're going to pull those in. And we want to multiply this, our RGB, by a parameter that we will call brightness. Convert to parameter. Call this brightness. Boom. And set it to like 0.25. And we're going to want to tile it a little bit maybe. So let's do a texture coordinate node, which we will multiply by a parameter. Plug that into UVs. And we will set our, let's set this to size, or tiling maybe, but set it to 10. And so we'll take all these, move them over, and we're going to want to add the result of this with that sky luminance node that we used. Actually, it's going to be a sky atmosphere light disk luminance. What this will do is allow our sun to still show through. Let's plug this into emissive color. Let's see, apply that. I am not seeing. Oh, we didn't add a stars. Dang. So all I did was add some stars. To do that, you go to File. Well, it's one way anyway. And I just hit Open Asset. You type in SM. Find the sky sphere. I just dragged the sky sphere in. And then we used the star material that I put together over here. And I played with the brightness a little bit. I got this to 2 because it just wasn't bright enough. And then I tiled it by 2, which you can also play with to try and get it just to, a density that you like. But with that setup, it'll allow the sun to also peek through while you also see the stars and everything. So that's basically it for how you set up a planet, same way I did my breakdown project in Unreal. Pretty sure that's it for now. I'll catch you guys in the next one.